Welcome to DWI, episode 12. Listen, fellas, this is 12 episodes under our belt. Thank everybody out there. Listen, I love to thank you. We love to thank you as a group. And we love to thank you for sharing, subscribing, adding on, commenting. We want y'all to be a little bit more verbal in the comments. So listen, leave your thoughts. This is what this is built for. We're going to take you on a journey with us. So buckle up. Let's go for a ride.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
I'm Ellie. That's Dude. That's Wax. Let's get right into it, fellas. I got this hat on for a reason. I got this hat on for a fucking reason. And if I said it, I'd be freezing. Listen, how's it feel to be number 2? Well, not as good as it feels to be number 1. Let's go. Everybody hating on the fucking crown, man. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. This motherfucker heavy is a bitch right now.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Cause
I'm undefeated, bro, right now.
I am too.
Wait, what?
I am too.
Oh, so y'all motherfuckers undefeated?
Yeah, but, I mean, it is what it is. But I was going to say, just don't get used to the feeling of having the heavy crown, because you ain't gonna have it.
Oh, no,
too
we
much
wearing
longer.
it. We wearing it.
For right now.
Listen, I was at the headquarters yesterday. I was at Michigan headquarters.
Okay.
Me and Coach was having a talk, you know what I mean? Because he just came back yesterday.
Right.
You know what I mean? So we wanted to see how everybody was doing.
Okay.
How they was. So we talked about it, and Georgia went down.
Right.
Georgia went down.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So when Georgia went down, that shifted a little bit of shit.
Right.
We went ahead and went up the first slot because we're undefeated. Now, y'all, on the other hand, I feel like y'all got shafted, bruh. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it, because...
What the fuck is going on, Wax?
Listen, just because we didn't play, like, a schedule with, like, a bunch of hard teams on it,
right,
that kind of penalized us. Plus, the fact that our starting quarterback is out for the season with, like, a real bad injury. Then we had our second-string quarterback get hurt.
Right.
So we have our true freshman third-string quarterback leading us the way to a perfect season, and we still get shafted.
Right.
We finished, like, what do you tell the kids? You guys won every game you played, but we're going to drop you in the rankings.
That's bullshit.
That's
bro.
crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And
especially, I really think, my bad, I didn't mean to cut you off. I really think it is because of your quarterback situation that whoever makes the rankings, I think they were like, well, they got a true freshman third string quarterback. Do people really want to see that shit? And that shouldn't even come into play.
Right. That
shouldn't come into play. If you're undefeated, you're undefeated.
I appreciate the truth, man.
They're paying these kids, Wax.
Yeah.
So when they're paying them, that means money's involved. That changes the whole operation of the game, man.
Even before they were paying them, money is involved. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, the universities get hundreds of millions of dollars for this shit. Right. So, I mean, there was money involved from the beginning of college.
But they have to recoup the money back that they're losing off of paying these kids for their likeness. So they're going to have to do it somehow.
I guess.
So with that being said, they get this whole thing called a bracket put together, and then they start making bets. And inside of those bets, there's odds. If the odds look favorable and whoever they're playing against, they're going to put the money on them. So when you said it and you said it, the quarterback went down, that's exactly how they're doing it.
Right.
I mean,
Which
that's what it seems like.
But how do you tell those kids you had a successful season and then you're still in like the fifth spot or fourth spot behind Texas?
Yeah, who has a loss?
That's crazy to me, man.
That is. And like, even though, like, I was saying from, like, when we played Pitt and, like, even before that, I was like, you know, we look good, but we don't look great.
Right.
You know, so I really do feel like if we would have made the playoffs, we would have got beat by one of these teams.
Right.
I wanted to see y'all just so we could have that, like, little,
Bruh,
you know.
that would have been that shit, man.
But-
We'd have watched it at a televised spot, man, where we could have got it in.
Right.
And then you'd have seen us put foot to ass.
Whatever.
In ordinary
Whatever.
fashion, in Michigan football fashion.
Whatever.
So shout out to Michigan for bringing that #1 spot home. Damn, it feels lonely at the fucking top, but I wouldn't have it anywhere else.
I mean, it's crazy.
Freezing up here.
But next year they got 12 teams. What y'all think about? What y'all think about
I
that?
think it's bullshit.
I think it's too many teams.
Yeah.
They should have went to 8. Eight
Yeah.
is the sweet spot up
Eight is
there. 8 is
enough.
perfect.
You remember that
Even
shit?
6. Like, they
Yeah.
could have even went to 6 and then 8.
Right.
You know what I mean? But
But
12 is
To go
crazy.
from 4 to 12 is like that kind of makes like the whole regular season not meaningless, but it's like
It's too hard to accomplish.
Right, it don't-
You keep moving the goalposts back.
right. It just takes away each game because you remember back in the day, like when there was only 2 teams, right? Like you lost in week 2, your season was over.
Yeah.
So it meant every game meant that much more. Now it's kind of like you can lose one now. At 12 teams, you can lose one. You might be able to lose 2 or 3
Yep.
and still get in there. I mean, it might make it more interesting and a little bit like for the
It's
playoff
going to
system.
because of the competition.
Right, for the playoff system, it'll make the bowl games mean a little bit more because
You got a couple Cali teams coming in there,
Gosh,
Wax.
it's going to be Boise State.
You know, Oregon.
right,
Oregon.
it'll be some-
And East Carolina
but at the same
State.
time, hey, Pitt might get a chance.
Here it is,
Pitt might
right
have a
there.
chance with the
Now,
12
listen,
teams.
what I need to know is
Let's go Panthers.
how come every time we start talking about boxing, this cat got to bring up, you know what I mean?
Rocky Marciano.
Yeah, like, let them motherfuckers go.
Listen,
But
we
he
got a
did-
shot with the 12 teams, man.
Man,
He
y'all
did
need
beat
a
Joe
shot with
Lewis's
those 12
ass,
teams.
though. He did beat Joe Lewis.
He did, but that don't matter right now.
Yeah,
We
that's
playing
all.
high octane football out here, Wax.
Don't take our shot
Meaning,
away.
if you don't fucking come to
ITT
play, go home. Go home.
Damn, man, they screwed my team, man. Florida State all day. I don't give a what anybody says. We should have been number 4. Like, I don't know how you put Texas with a loss in front of a team without a loss.
I don't know
crazy.
that because everybody's
That is
behind
crazy.
us. So listen, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to rewind this fucking video, put me in a square, and picture me rolling. You feel me? All the way to the fucking national. I said it. Let's go blue. Now, moving forward, we gonna keep it in the entertainment industry because the shit is entertainment. So with that being said, how do y'all feel about T.I.? That brother is making a name for himself again. It's like the reinvention of the wheel. He had an altercation with his son live on TV talking about he had a silver spoon in his mouth. He ain't never had a situation to where he had to prove himself. Then, fast forward, he gets into it with these promoters who has his picture and his face or, you know, some type of situation built up to where they're promoting that T.I. is going to be performing
and the son.
and his son
Yeah.
after the altercation. So and it was in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Where he's from, where he has a house at, where he can actually like, look here, man, we can ready to go down there and see what the fuck is happening.
They had to have known he was going to pop up on them.
Right.
Why wouldn't you?
You're right. You're going to use this to promote your ratty ass club, like, because you see me and my son getting into it. You're going to put both of us on a flyer and shit,
Right.
like we're going to be there performing in your little janky ass juke joint.
They acted like they was gonna be there arguing and
Right,
shit. Like they
like-
weren't even gonna be performing and shit.
That's
Like,
crazy.
I'm telling you, you didn't grow up the way I did. I swear to God. I swear for Lord.
I'm standing on business. I stand on business. My teeth are too big to not stand on business.
See, here you go, man. Talking about some.
I got too many teeth to not stand on this shit.
Granted, he's grown, man. So you know,
He's an
shout
adult.
out to my man TIP, man, Tip. But listen, how do you feel about? Let's go first things first. Ooey, how you feel about the young buck, man? Just trying to throw it right back in his daddy face, man.
I mean,
when he trying to help.
maybe you never know what's going on behind the scenes in somebody's life, so I give him that benefit of the doubt in some
Okay.
ways. But at the same time, it's like, bruh, like, you didn't grow up in the projects. You didn't grow up in the hood. You're not built for that shit. We can all see it. You ain't built for that shit. So you gotta chill out, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Make the music, talk some shit. I get it. But like, goddamn, like you gotta chill, bro. Like you're gonna end up in a bad situation that you don't want to be in.
Yeah, I mean, we understand. We all had people that, you know, family members that lived in a neighborhood that was not so kind. But at the same time, you don't try to represent that neighborhood unless you become actual part of that neighborhood. And that's not by staying there on the summer times or on a weekend. You know, there's actual people that fought through the struggle. They're not big up in their neighborhood because it was awesome that they went through it. They're just trying to show you their perspective of how life was in that scenario.
And the people in that neighborhood would give their foot to be in the situation that you're in with a dad that had money and you grew up in a decent place. Even though I'm hearing shit that he didn't really live with T.I., he lived with his grandma. That's what he said. But
so it was one of their parents.
That's what I'm saying.
You think they're gonna let them continue to live in the hood?
Exactly. They wasn't living in the hood.
It was a taste of the hood, I'm sure.
I seen the house and it wasn't in the hood. So, but you know, these kids want to jump out the window too much and they listen to all of this shit and think that shit is, they glorify all of the bad parts about hip hop.
Cut the crap, young man. You're not tough, man. Just stop trying to be hard because like that shit's gonna get you hurt.
That's not even a vibe no more, man.
Man, not at all.
That tough guy shit, you know what I mean? Normally they get you cased up, straight up and down. So it's like, you know, we're saying it from an older man's point of view, but at the same time, it's like we remember when we were young, and that shit right there is gonna get you cased up or in a situation you don't want to be in.
I don't understand why is it weak to be rich and cool.
And that's the ultimate goal as far as I thought.
I mean, like trying to be tough is one thing, but like whenever you have dough, like spend your money, go on trips, have fun.
That goes back to the whole Michael Irvin's son thing. It's like the same situation. It's just like, just chill out, man. Like you got it made. Go. You could probably ask your dad for an investment to start a business, to do something legit.
He just got to do it right. And then here's the deal: he wants to go at him all, you know, sideways and shit like, "Daddy, invest in my rap career," not thinking that, you know, man, I can't afford to lose that type of money because we on, you know, this is studio. The millions that I had, if you was older back then, I could have gave you about $200,000 or $300,000 to get this shit up and running. But right now, we on some fixed shit. I just ain't trying to show the world that. It's some everyday, ordinary shit that we work on as parents that we don't mind sharing with y'all, but at the same time, your kids, stay in your place and allow us to guide you.
Because I mean, like, who wants to be a rapper anymore? You know what I'm saying?
Dangerous.
That shit is not only dangerous, you only have a certain amount of time until you fall off. I mean, you know what I mean? It's just not fun anymore. It's not the shit to be a rapper anymore. Like, you have a good background. You come from money. You know what I mean?
On both sides.
Yeah, man. Go get it. Go get it on your own merit, man.
Open up an Applebee's, my G. Straight up and down, like a fucking racetrack.
And then I keep seeing people, they blaming T.I. for it. And I guess he got some culpability in it. But like, at a certain age, your kids are just going to be who the fuck they are.
And then the young man's grown.
That's what I'm saying. Well, your kids are going to be who they are. Whatever you did, you could be the best parent in the world. And they're gonna just grow. They're gonna be who the fuck they are. So I can't blame Tip that much for it. You know, because
that's the spirit of the person that they become, man. Regardless of what their parents say. That's who they are.
You who you're gonna be.
So you know, unless their parents, which I'm sure they do, want them to do better. They're gonna continuously say, "Hey, do this, do that, do this." And the kids are going to feel like it's ridicule. It's going to feel like they're not good enough. It's going to feel like oh, you don't never believe in me. Why? Because the ideas that you're coming up with sounds like bullshit. That's a whole nother ball game. But, you know, shout out, like I said, shout out to T.I. and Tiny, man, for trying to make their kids situated in, you know, the world that we live in today. Because it's rough out there and we get it as parents and as, you know, people trying to make it every day.
Always one bad apple, though. Always one.
That's how I be, bro.
Good luck to the young man.
Man.
Hope he get that teeth situation.
Find your way.
Hope he get that teeth situation fixed up.
There you go. When that little motherfucker bite the shit out of you.
I'll be dead in 5 minutes. I won't make it.
He gonna bite an artery and shit.
I won't make it. He needs to get like 1 or 2 teeth removed. Just 1 or 2 and then close them the rest in and he'll be cool.
Here you go, man. That motherfucker acting like he got like 38 teeth.
He looks like he got 45. 45 calibers of teeth.
There you go, man. You wildin', man.
Why am I wild? He looks fucking hilarious. He got a lot of teeth.
I mean, he wanted to get his smile together. That's it.
I don't know, man. Maybe it's because he named him king and treated him like,
Royalty?
Yeah.
But what do you do with a child of yours when you have money? You do the exact same thing.
I mean,
I want you to have better, so hopefully you'll do better.
Of course you want him to have better, but like how much better do you give it to him? Like,
Right,
or you know what I'm trying to say.
Well,
how much better do you make it?
My pop always said, how do you raise a criminal? And he would make me answer that. I said, by giving him everything he wants, Pop. Right. And I believe in it. That's why my kids work, man. Right. That's why.
I heard the saying, it said, hard times create strong men. Strong men create easy times. Easy times create weak men. Weak men create hard times. So it's like a cycle. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I do. I get it. I mean,
it makes sense. Because, you know what I mean? Because, like, you got an easy time. You're going to make it easy on your kids, and then they're not going to know what the real world is really fucking like. And by the time they find out,
you want to let him in on it?
Right.
It's fucking terrible out this motherfucker.
It ain't
you got
sweet.
everybody behind every door trying to fucking pull a fast one over on you and trying to, make sure that they get ahead when you're left behind. Mm-hmm. So be on your P's and Q's, young brother, and stay on your toes as always, like your pop taught you.
Because it's dog eat dog out here.
Damn right, Wax. Damn right, man.
Staying on business.
Moving forward on some real shit though, you know what I mean? Don't be on there against your folks and whatnot. They just trying to love you. So tough love is better than no love. Trust me, I got an uncle named Loveless. So I don't know what that whole science was behind naming him that, but I swear for the Lord, he was cold-blooded, man.
Right.
Uncle Loveless didn't love nobody. So moving forward, staying in the industry of entertainment, Denzel Washington. Mm-hmm. I need a top 5. Now, it could be collective. I don't want to take it and draw it out because I'm trying to prove a point here to you viewers at home that he's a bad motherfucker when it comes to them damn acting shits.
Right.
So, top 5. And let's try to trump each other.
Top 5 Denzel movies?
Yes. We starting with you.
Malcolm X.
All right.
For me, is my number one. That motherfucker, like... He was Malcolm X. Like when you think about Malcolm X, in some ways you think about Denzel before you think about Malcolm X. That's how good of a job he did at that movie. Right. So I got Malcolm X as my favorite.
Wax.
I say John Q.
You fucking motherfucker.
I was gonna say Malcolm X.
You piece of shit.
John Q.
You motherfucker. I was going for the tears on that bitch.
Well, that's mine, John Q.
Why though? Why do you feel
because
like
that was an impactful movie that fucked me up.
Right.
Like, and it had me in my emotions. You know what I mean? Like I don't even have a son, but I felt like I did. I was like, I don't know. It was an emotional movie, and that was a good role that he played. Like I fuck with Denzel.
Right.
What about you though? What's your
I mean, I had that as my number one movie because I was going to go from the drama aspect of him giving his heart to his child.
Right.
In the event, he was ready to lay it down. Mm-hmm. But being that I can't use that no more thanks to this guy, I'm going to go with that Hoop movie, man. With that movie with him and Jesus Shuttlesworth.
He got game.
He got game.
That was a good one.
It was an impactful movie. It showed it from a father's position to where he didn't mean to hurt his mother,
right.
But he had a drinking situation. He you seen it all the time growing up in the 80s.
Right.
Ended up killing his mother, went to jail for it, and now he gets a chance to redeem himself or at least get out.
Right.
Man, that movie was crazy.
It was a good movie.
All right, dude, you're back up.
I'm going Man on Fire.
That was a good one.
Man on Fire. Cause it was just the shit. Like he was ruthless in that shit, man. When he cut that nigga's fingers off and burned the tips, and then still killed him. Like it was like, damn, you still killed him after you cut his finger off. He still burned up threw the car off the side of the thing and burned him up.
Okay,
he was cold nigga in that shit.
I got you. Wax.
Training Day.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I knew you was gonna go there.
Lonzo.
With the two straps like rubbing them together in that fiend's face. I was like, this nigga is
Leo, what y'all understand pretty for? Blasting food.
Hey, okay, motherfucker. You know what he's talking about, man.
Blasting food.
You wild as hell for that, man. You stupid, man.
I gotta go Training Day.
Well, being that y'all's going there, man, I'm gonna put the cherry on top of this motherfucker. Y'all ready? Mm-hmm. American Gangster.
That's good.
I got to.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
If I was a doctor, my brothers would have been doctors. But unfortunately, this is what I did.
Right.
That was a crazy fucking movie, man. That's Frank Lucas. He embodied that motherfucker, man.
Right.
Yeah,
To the
he did.
point where when
He
we
did.
seen Frank Lucas, we was like, that ain't Frank Lucas.
Right.
That's not the Frank Lucas I know.
That's what I'm saying. That's how good he is. He makes you forget the real person that even existed. Like I seen somewhere where, like, going back to the Malcolm X thing, where somebody had a tattoo of Malcolm X, and it was Denzel's face. I'm like, that ain't Malcolm X, but he didn't know it was white. I think it was a white dude. So I guess he didn't know no
He
better.
was in the struggle with it.
Right.
He's like, I got some cheese to
He thought
bring.
he was doing something good, but he got Denzel on his arm now, which
Nice.
I ain't even mad at it. I'm
Nah,
like, you know what? That's
can't be.
dope.
That's like
Can't
having
be
no
mad.
regrets.
Right.
You know what I mean? No regrets, baby. So, like,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
nah, it's just,
I think he's supposed to be doing a new movie. He's supposed to be Hannibal. You ever hear the African general Hannibal? I don't know how they're gonna do it though, but he's an African general. This motherfucker was a bad motherfucker, man. Hannibal. He crossed over into Spain and went. Oh, he had elephants. He had an army with like 50 elephants.
Okay.
Crossed over the Spanish Alps, the fucking Alps,
on elephants.
on elephants and shit. Went down into Rome and was fucking Rome up. Fucking them
With
up.
those elephants.
With them elephants, and his army was kicking Rome's ass. Almost beat Rome, and this was when Rome was at its
Was the empire.
was the shit. This is
Yeah.
when Rome was running the fucking pretty much the known world. He went in there and brought them motherfuckers damn near to their knees, but they ended up beating him. But so that's gonna be dope to see Denzel play that role. Even though I don't know how they're gonna do it, because like when he did it, he was only like 30. Denzel's damn near 70, so I don't know how they're gonna make that shit. But
mean,
Hollywood got away.
We could have picked so many CGI. I mean, think about it.
Right.
CGI. Think about it.
Yeah, I mean, but they probably won't do the CGI. They'll probably just do Denzel, but he'll still make the shit look good.
Right. Now, we could have brought up a whole bunch of other movies. We could have brought up More Better Blues. We could have brought up Glory.
Are we done?
Yeah, well, I only wanted 5, man,
I
because
know, but you mean like 5 out of the 3 of us?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
well, listen. I asked for 5, but we gave him 6.
Right.
So that is what it is. Denzel's just that type of actor. We could have picked anything.
Yeah,
But
true.
those to us was like probably the most impactful movies we seen him playing.
I haven't seen a bad Denzel movie. I'm
Right.
not gonna lie, not one bad one.
Right.
And if it was bad, it wasn't because of Denzel. So
Right.
shout out to Denzel.
Yeah. And like just an honorable mention, the Book of Eli.
Fuck. Why wouldn't I say that?
Yeah, because that shit was dope. I thought
Yeah.
it was dope. And
Yeah.
then, you find out what
I mean,
you find out.
he was.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna spoil it if
Even
you
though
haven't
it's-
seen it.
Right. It's been like 15 years.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
we-
But it's
we
still
don't-
see. I watch it like it's brand new every time it comes on.
Bingo.
All right, yeah. I mean, listen, I can say this. Denzel's one of those impactful actors to where he makes you believe it.
Right.
On the flip side of things, I'd say if I want to watch a movie that's going to put me in that aspect, I'd watch something by that Crow cat.
Who?
What's his name? Crow?
Russell Crowe.
Russell Crowe.
Yeah, he's dope.
You know what I mean?
He's dope.
Gerard Butler, Nicolas Cage, Sam Jack, Morgan Freeman.
Shit, don't forget about Leo.
Leo got a new movie coming out right now.
I watched it. That about the Native Americans.
Yeah.
It was
Is
a
it good?
long ass movie. It was long.
What's it
but
called? The fall or something moon.
with I forget what it's called, but it's a long movie and it's interesting to say the least.
Yeah.
It really happened. I think it's based on true events.
Yeah, I think it is.
But that movie was wild, man. It's like some underhanded shit, really.
Right.
But the Native Americans.
The Native Americans they just could not catch a break. I'll just put that out there.
Right.
They could not catch a break to save their lives, man. Like,
I mean,
Spoiler alert, they didn't make it.
that's just like trying to spoil slavery. Like,
Right.
yeah,
Spoiler.
spoiler alert, it happened for 400 years. They got away with it. Like, free labor. Go free labor. And I'm being sarcastic as fuck because that shit sucks, just like anything else. But, we don't talk about it enough and we try to make it seem like it's not even a thing, which was fucked up from America's standpoint. But moving forward, Thriller. turned 40. 40 years old. Thriller. Thriller night. Do y'all remember when that shit first came out?
I did.
I do. And I swear on everything I love. Billie Jean was the first video I remember watching.
It was freaky as hell,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
it was.
When he lit them damn steps up.
Yeah.
You know what else scared me was the dude following him around.
Yeah,
I was like, what is he doing? Why is he
Listen,
chasing
everything
me?
in that video scared me, from that cat to that bum.
Yes.
That bum nigga, I was like, who's that
And then
motherfucker?
he woke up with like the white tux on.
Right.
But he was still a bum. I'm like, he's still a bum.
And he went to bed and just disappeared. He got in
And
bed with old girl and just disappeared.
That shit
I
was,
was like, yo.
spooky. Then he turned it up an extra notch, added some spice on it, and added Thriller in the mix. That's one of those motherfuckers. Now, mind you, I'm 5, on my way to turning 6 when that shit came out. I'm in this bitch like, I can't believe this is happening to this damn girl in this situation. He started fucking and fucking nails and fucking whiskers and shit. I'm like,
That was like the movie that they were watching.
correct, but
Like,
that part
like-
from that word go. When
Right.
he's sitting up in that motherfucker with his arm wrapped around old girl and shit, she's up there eating popcorn and that shit went down.
Listen.
The zombie part, nigga, I was out of the room like, like I was standing there for that. This right here, I didn't watch until I was 8. That shit had me Shooky James almost. I promise you.
Listen, me too, man. Like that shit was not built for the weak-hearted, man. Like,
Nah.
yeah, like all kind of ghouls and goblins out in the street breakdancing and
And
shit.
when they start poking their hands out the ground, nigga, it was a wrap.
You know what used to scare
Vincent
me the
Price's
most?
scary ass voice.
That's there.
Was like the moans and groans. It was
Right.
like whenever they were walking on the side, I was like, this shit's still scary. Like,
Bruh.
you know what I mean?
When you say it scared me the most, dude hit it right on. Bing!
What,
That fucking
Vincent?
Vinnie Price, 1,000 stairs and man, when I heard this motherfucker. Now listen, shortly after that, I watched the
Your doom.
See? That shit right there is gonna get me to be running out of my own shit. You know what I mean? Listen, no bullshit. Right after that, I watched the episode of the fucking Brady Bunch when Oliver was on there. That fucking statue when he was eating
the Hawaii one.
the Hawaii joint, the 3-peat.
Right.
My nigga, I seen him eating those beans. Those look like the fucking most firest beans that I've ever seen in my life because he heated them up on an open fire.
Right.
2, the fact that all he had was beans in there, I was like, so what happens after he eats the beans? And then I'm like, he eats more beans? Like, that shit can't be fun. And 3, that spooky ass voice. Huh, Oliver? And then him asking Oliver to co-sign his shit. Like, should I kill him, Oliver?
Yeah, but I will say this though. Did you guys watch like the new Thriller that they put in 4K? That shit looks so fucking dope, man. It's real dope. Honestly, like I mean, it's crispy as hell. Like I mean, it's like a throwback with 4K. It's hard, man. Like that's like one of the best videos I've ever seen in my life. Like just as far as how crispy it is. You know what I mean?
Speaking of redoing, did you see that they're remaking The Color Purple?
I did.
Yeah, they got my girl, what's her Cookie of
Taraji Henderson.
Taraji P. Henderson.
Yeah, it got her, and it.
They should just leave it alone.
Listen, I talked to me and my girl argued about that. I'm like, why even do it?
Right.
Because the first one was a classic. Like, why even touch it?
They do it for the people who haven't seen it and make it more
Just go watch the
relevant
real.
for them.
Just go watch the first.
That's
one.
how I feel.
It's too old for
That's
them to be
how I
able to
feel.
relate
It's still
to it.
the
But
same
it's
shit. Though.
Exactly.
The
It
same
is, but it's
time.
more. It's more what the actors that they can recognize.
I don't know.
Like my son,
I don't agree
me and
with it.
Gio had this argument. Shout out to my little baby boy Geej, man. We had an argument about the Wiz. He wasn't seen the Wiz to play, and then I showed him Michael Jackson's version of that "You Can't Win" song, and he actually thought the actor that portrayed the Scarecrow in the new version of the Wiz did better than Mike.
Right.
I'm like, how? Not to mention he got his riffs, his sound, everything off of that example that Mike put on.
You can't win.
Oh man, that motherfucker was up there, bitch, not being able to walk and shit. Like he melted that shit.
Yeah, I mean, like I don't mind the plays and everything because this one, the New Color Purple, is based off of the play, so it's like it's more of a musical than the first one.
See, I ain't feeling that.
But yeah, so it's based off the play. It's not a complete remake of the original. It's-
You told Mr. the Beat, you told all the beat. I got different brothers. I I was the only girl. Like, that shit's whack.
Mama booty.
Mama needy mama. Well, yeah, Wax, what they gonna say? Like, mama booty, mama needy mama. Like, they gonna break that down in the song. Mama needy. Needy mama.
Mama booty.
Nini mama booty, mama booty, nana nini. Mama booty.
Like, everything you do to do right by me. Everything you do.
They go ahead over. You need to sweep out the caboose. Sweep out the caboose. Like, that shit's gonna be whack. I'm sorry. Now that you told me that, I have no aspiration to watch it. I thought it was gonna be a Christmas classic. It's gonna be a musical?
Yeah, it's kind
They
of
took
it's
the
kind
worst
of
part of that shit to make a musical. That's the worst movie.
Dreamgirls.
That's like turning Precious into a musical. Like, that shit's awful.
You're fat, you're ugly.
Did I ever ask you for anything? Did I ever ask you for anything? Not even your hand in marriage. That motherfucker put a rut on it now. When she put that fucking rut on that motherfucker. So, I hope y'all motherfuckers understand that shit.
That whoopee rut.
And my whole thing is the shit was unnecessary, man. She should have been got out of Mister's clutches. Had that mailbox rigged up, that little stash spot where she had all them letters and shit like that, money. Like, that was bullshit, man. Mister knew better than that.
I mean,
And then they want to fucking glorify what the fuck R. Kelly did. He's the first R. Kelly, if you ask me. Mister's the first motherfucker that did some shit like that. So if you want to blame anybody, blame Mister. How about that?
R. Kelly was taking notes.
Hell yeah, he was like, what? Okay. But nah, man.
Beat her.
The fact that Color Purple's going to a musical was just not a good idea.
Right. I like that. The original can't really be improved on.
Right.
And on top of that, I'm kind of tired of seeing that kind of shit.
What, remakes?
Not remakes, that too, but like just us being oppressed. Man, that's just me.
Damn near slave movies. No, it ain't just you. Right. It's not just you. Because I'm tired of seeing it. Like it's like they have to make a movie to remind us that we were slaves before.
Right.
Like,
I don't think they're just reminding us. They're reminding the world. That,
but
like,
the world don't watch them shits. It just be us watching watching ourselves get beat. Like, they did do this to us. Like, nah, I don't want to see this shit no more.
Right. As a reminder.
Right. Like, I don't want to, because when you come out with those, I'm not saying that all white people don't watch them, but most white people skip right past that kind of shit.
You got a group that's up there with fried chicken, macaroni and cheese, and greens right now. Right. Like, I beg to differ, nigga.
Right.
I beg to differ.
Yeah. Like,
I just me personally, I just be tired of seeing that kind of shit. Like, let's move forward.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
I mean, you got the right to feel that way. You're an individual.
But at the same time, I feel you. But at the same time, we do need to know what happened.
Not to mention, it's a reminder.
Right, so we don't repeat it.
Correct.
I don't need the reminder.
Oh, man, there's too many guns in
I can
America
read
for
the
that to
reminder.
happen.
I can read the reminder. I don't need the fucking.
Can you see motherfuckers trying to put Chicago back into slavery and segregation? Like, them motherfuckers ain't having it.
I mean, they
need to do something there. I hate
it's already that. We just enslaving ourselves over there.
It's already
we doing the work for them. But let me get off my Dr. Umar shit, because I know he about to call me Dr. U.
That or Dr. Sebi, because you'll definitely come up with a ginger root drink talking about nigga. This shit, man. They got my flans feeling fantastic. Like, what the fuck are flans? Well, gentlemen, we came, we saw, we delivered. Now, next week, we gonna come straight back to y'all. Same message, same location. And we gonna come right back at you. But we ain't gonna do any of that yet, Wax. We need y'all at home to click subscribe, share, and comment. Leave us a verse or two. We'd appreciate it. But we came, we saw, we delivered. So we gonna come back next week. Same location, same time, different material. Peace.
One of these kids is doing his own thing. One of these kids in
You know, I
can
only
you
got
tell
one,
which one
right?
is doing his own thing? Now it's time to play our game.
Twins.
It's time to play our game.
Sheep.